part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.
Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
This is Shayna Baszler, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife,
Marie.
and you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? It's the moonwalking, trash talking princess of Staten Island. I want to remind you all that Mela is money, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
This is the knockout artist, Cassius Ohno, and you're Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here, youtube.com/Steven Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. If you want to listen to us, we are available on the Apple iTunes podcast app, Stitcher, CastBox, pretty much everywhere. I think we're probably still on Spotify. Who knows? I haven't heard any complaints about us not being anywhere lately, so that's good. Evidently, that all got sorted out.
Well, I think on some places there's still two Going In Raws, one from the previous server, like not previous, but previous server. Yeah. And then current.
Immediately, we're just boring everybody. We're also on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. We have a variety of reward tiers over there. It's been a little while since I've given a shout out because we had that
shout-outs.
Long holiday weekend. So here we go.
Yeah.
Hold on one second here. Let me bring it up and then do this. There we go. My goodness gracious, going back to when did we last stream?
It was the 21st.
Oh, here we go. Here, I'll go 21st. From here because I messed up this name royally. I think it's an Irishman named Owen, but he spells it Eogan. Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Culturals and different ways of
just carry on
doing things. Owen Barrett, El Blanco Noche. The Wrestlecock, Colin K, Ryan Henderson, Return of the Zach, Jordan Hartley, Jose Nava III, Shell Bell, Rob Law. Oh, yeah, I've read a couple of these.
Rob Law.
The Rob Law blog.
Yeah.
G-Rex, Daniel Fountain, GAW Anger Management Champion Chris Cryptic, Max Zero, Ben Rothman, Simon D. Field, Eric Rich Griffiths, I is King, Jordan Shaffiot, Angus Wolf, Raz Lord, the Galactic Grappler. That's a good name.
It is.
Busta Spence. That's a good name. Mm-hmm. Pete Hamilton, Tom Cadman, Chris Knox, and Carl Heyman. Thank you all so much.
Thank you very much
for your support. Even $1 goes a long way here at Going In Raw. You get the show ad-free. You get an RSS podcast feed directly to whatever podcast app you want to use. And that is all advertisement-free. Now that we're running these advertisements, because we're just trying to make $1 and $1 in this, $1.01
that we are
in this industry. So yeah. Anyways, we got a lot to talk about today.
We do.
We got one super chat here, M Squared. Hope you guys had an awesome holiday weekend and have a happy New Year, friendos.
Happy New Year too, M Squared.
I'm aiming to do that.
Me too.
As well. I officially started chopping down the intros. Good. Some people are saying, hey, Steve, don't worry about what other people say. Here's the thing. I like constructive criticism when it's something I agree with.
Yeah.
That's when I accept it.
No, I think after like 5 times watching the intro, I think we both thought, this is a little long.
It's kind of enough.
Yeah.
It's kind of enough. So what I'm going to do is, there are 5 days that we stream live.
Yeah.
Each day is going to have an intro that starts with the Undisputed Era.
They're not going anywhere.
They're not there. The show will always start with boys and girls. That will never end.
Yes.
And then you'll get like 2 or 3 of the other intros, but it'll be different each day.
Yeah.
And so all the shout outs from all those wrestlers will still be there.
Just in different order. And
just in, on Monday you'll get Bobby Roode and I don't know, Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
On Tuesday you'll get Charlotte and The Miz and then like Carmella maybe.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Shayna, Shinsuke, and Cassius Ohno. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I think I have them written down somewhere.
Yeah. And then on Friday.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it'll just be me. I'll just
well,
record a thing.
we have all those.
We have a bunch of like indie wrestlers.
Yeah, we should use those.
Or indie wrestlers. We have Mick Foley. I got to use that.
Well,
for
save
sure.
save Mick for the new intro for Going in Raw. All the old time wrestlers.
Yeah, no, I'm going to use the old logo for that
there
too. Yeah, I agree. We have a Nick Jackson one who's like one of the biggest stars right now, but he's so sleepy.
Yeah,
and like you can barely hear him. I'm not sure we're actually going to use that.
Give me the video. I'll see what I can do with the audio. So you can clean that up a little bit.
Can we just ADR it? We'll just ADR it,
I suppose,
and then we'll see if we can key out this background and put it like someplace cooler,
rather
like
than a hotel parking lot,
like a spaceship or something. Rather than a hotel parking lot,
yeah, spaceship, outer space.
The Steve W Arena,
a nebula somewhere, a nebula they have
the
over
Mutara Nebula.
Yeah, from Wrath of Khan.
How about that? That works.
That would be great.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, we have a lot to get into, so let's just get into it
today. But one thing we don't have to get into is 205 Live, save for one thing.
Don't act so excited for that.
No, I'm not, because I like 205 Live,
Yeah.
but it's a clip show, so we didn't bother with it. First on the docket, though, is NXT. Show kicked off with a 4-way match to a new number one contender.
Let's do the 205 Live announcement.
Sure. So it was a clip show, as I said. However, it was announced that by Drake Maverick, who of course is 205 Live general manager as well as urinator.
Yes.
Self-urinator.
Resident self-urinator.
That Buddy Murphy, because last week Buddy says I need a challenge.
Yeah.
Prove I am best cruiserweight.
Yeah.
And so Drake came up with this. There will be a fatal 4-way match at the Rumble where Buddy will defend the cruiserweight title. The 3 other people competing in that match will be determined by 3 qualifying matches, which happen over the next 2 weeks. Next week, we will get Kalisto versus Lio Rush. That should be very good.
Good match. That's the match I've been sort of looking forward to, man, because Kalisto's the other second. Like, he's the second fastest guy there.
Yeah. And then Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa. And then the week following, Cedric Alexander versus Hideo Itami. So Leo will win. Drew will win. I kind of feel like Davari is going to cost Cedric that match. Hideo Itami will win.
I'm looking forward to the Rumble. I think Drew's going to come away from that title.
You think so?
I think
that's going to be a heel-heavy match then if it's Leo, Drew, and Hideo Itami.
Yeah, it all cancels each other out.
Yeah, I guess
so. That like it frees up a heel to win.
Maybe who can out-heel the other heels?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to be Drew, man. I think it's his time. He's been stuck.
You've been saying that for about a year, and right now he's mired in a storyline that's going nowhere.
Well, I think he's out of that storyline now.
He's having a match against Akira Tozawa in his qualifier match. That's who he's been feuding with for the last year.
Man, we're playing. I think we got the blow off when Kendrick changed into Baby Kendrick. What he used to call himself, Spanky. Yeah, when he deformed into Spanky, he de-evolved into Spanky.
Yeah.
And he hasn't aged. It's weird.
I know, it is weird.
That dude, he must use like crazy moisturizer on his face at night.
Yeah.
Like that stuff can work wonders. Or maybe he's a Scientologist. That works wonders. Have you seen Thomas Cruise? Holy moly.
I mean, that could just be...
That guy looks amazing.
He can buy the best moisturizers in the world. He has a lot of money.
He can also buy access to Xenu himself.
I don't think you want to be in league with Xenu.
I think he does. It's the Thetans that you don't want to be in league with, right?
Yeah, but I think Xenu was the source of all the Thetans.
Oh, really? I thought Xenu was like top tier.
No,
I thought he was like top
I think
notch.
there was a war millions of years ago, and Xenu... I could be completely wrong. I'm not a Scientologist, so I don't know.
I've always been fascinated by it, though.
Mythology.
Yeah.
That Xenu, there was a war, and then all sorts of aliens died, and they got trapped in the volcano, hence the volcano on the cover of Dianetics.
Oh, yeah.
And then all our neuroses are these alien souls trapped within us.
We got to do that personality test. You know what we should do? We should do one final thing on Friendoville to close it out.
All right.
And no, I'm not going to close out Friendoville, but we need to do a personality Scientology test where it's hidden cameras.
All right.
Ooh, scary. And then we'll get sued by Xenu. Anyways, NXT kicked off with the number one contendership fatal 4-way match between Io Shirai, Lacey Evans, Mia Yim, by the way, Mia Yim is great. Her gimmick is like 90s gangster rap, and I love it. West Coast gangster rap, and I love it. It's so great. I think her theme music, in my opinion, is better than Matt Riddle's, which is similarly themed.
Yeah,
it's like SoCal gangsta, West Coast gangster rap versus NorCal gangsta.
That's tough.
It's good, man. She comes out looking scary with the bandana on her head, on her face. Ooh, scary, terrifying. But then she takes it off and she has like this great smile.
Yeah.
It's all so conflicting.
Matt Riddle just comes out and it's all smiles.
And flip flops.
Yeah. Did you see he was out front of Madison Square Garden taking pictures, and guess what he was wearing on his feet?
Flip-flops.
Yeah, it was probably like 20 degrees out there.
Heck
Still
yeah,
had
man.
Flip-flops
They are
on.
so comfy, though. Too much. And then, of course, Bianca Belair. Her time is now, man.
Fee.
Ted.
Ted.
Yeah, this was a really, really fun match.
Yeah, it was.
Do you want to take us through some of the beats?
Sure. Pretty early on, Bianca Belair gets sent outside the ring. Lacey Evans Irish whips Io Shirai, thinking she'll bounce off the ropes. Instead, suicide dive from Io, hitting Bianca. And looks like Io kind of landed face first on the ramp. And Bianca hit her head on the ramp too. Maybe, I don't know. The camera angle made it hard to tell exactly the nature of the landing, but it looks like it could have been a nasty bump potentially. Both of them got up. They both seemed fine. And then we had a flurry of kind of finishers that were broke up. Lacey Evans hits the woman's right on Mia Yim. Io comes in to break it up. Io hits a moonsault on Lacey Evans. Bianca breaks it up by hitting her with her hair.
Yeah.
With her braid. And then Bianca did that reverse powerbomb on
This
Io.
is when it made total sense.
But instead of doing it just backwards onto the mat, she did it backwards out of the ring onto Mia Yim.
Yeah, that was
And then
nice.
hits her finisher on Lacey Evans for the win. A really well-booked, fun match.
This was really, exactly right. This was a lot of fun. So we've got Shayna versus Bianca Belair. The pop that Bianca Belair got and how commentary was selling her felt more like a face.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of the obvious route to take, given that Shayna is like terrifying.
Yeah.
Bianca already has a very, very catchy theme song. Her little dance to the ring is very, very catchy.
Her slow twirl
is fantastic.
Everything about it is great.
I think like she's there, right? Like she's going to be face here. And the great thing is she's going to be taking on, she's going to have Shayna. Anytime the odds are against you, Shayna and plus Jessamine Duke Marie Shafir, that's a face thing too.
Yeah.
Any chance she takes that title off Shayna?
I don't know.
I kind of feel like she might. I wonder if they thought that Kyrie was going to get more of a reaction than she ended up getting.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have much for her.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But I'm wondering if Bianca might be sort of there. Okay, let's try this again with a face, or if the plan was always for let's see if giving the title to Kyrie can kind of give her.
I mean, part of it depends too on how long Shayna is going to be in NXT.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if she's coming up soon, then she's totally going to drop that belt to Bianca at the Rumble, that Rumble weekend.
The horsewomen in total might be sort of in a thing still. Well, I don't know when Dakota Kai got injured versus like when the tape. Well, I guess that wouldn't matter. If like Io Shirai and Kyrie, I mean Dakota can't because she's injured, but if they're still going to try to be in a thing with the horsewomen, they're going to try to get involved in that takeover match. I don't know.
Because they're still planning on doing a sort of horsewoman versus horsewoman thing. That's obviously not going to happen at Mania because
that's down the line.
Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir are not ready for that.
The question is, what are they going to be doing in the meantime? It kind of makes sense to keep that title on Shayna because once Shayna doesn't have the title, what is she going to do?
Well, then also, when Shayna gets called up, you can't call up Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir because they're not ready yet.
That's why I kind of think that Shayna's going to stick around NXT,
which makes me think she'll probably hold on to that belt.
Which makes me think the same thing.
What I could do is have Marina and Jessamine help Shayna win the title at this takeover, and then the following one, Mania one, maybe that's when Bianca will get it.
If Bianca is sort of going through a face turn right now, I think it makes more sense for her to chase it longer than shorter because from now to the Rumble is like only what,
about a month,
which is like 2 episodes of that story playing out on NXT TV.
Much.
So I think it makes sense what you're talking about. Have the horsewoman. That's sort of been their thing lately. They've sort of been helping out Shayna Baszler. That'll get a lot more face heat on Bianca Belair. Listen to me, I sound like a freaking wrestling nerd. Face heat. It'll make the crowd like Bianca a lot more. And then coming into the next set of tapings, she'll be like, the crowd will be firmly behind her.
Yes.
And then she'll be chasing blah, blah, blah.
Completely.
I do hope that they really keep that nasty attitude of hers as her thing.
Yes.
Because if she's chasing that title, I kind of want her to be going it solo. I don't want her to be taking on allies like Io Shirai and Kairi Sane.
Agreed. She has to be the same character, or 90% the same character. Keep the same attitude, all that.
Yeah.
I mean, what did she really do that's outwardly heelish?
She didn't cheat.
She didn't. She's
unless
never
you
cheated.
unless you consider the hair thing. But
well, she never got disqualified.
Yeah, nobody
of it,
has.
and
exactly,
therefore, I don't believe that's cheating. That's operating within the rules. She just has an attitude.
It's just her attitude,
which is money.
Great.
It's fantastic. It's so good.
Girl.
It's so good. Oh,
when
so
she
good.
said to me, girl, and then drifted away.
It's so good.
Oh man,
because it's that kind of charisma and personality is going to get her over.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
Absolutely.
don't take that away, please. Don't take that away. Next, we had a weird stretch of show.
Oh, this was great.
That was devoid of any sort of talking. So first, they played one of the new Takeover songs.
Yeah.
Which of course they don't usually talk over that until the very end of it. But then they went from that to the card saying who the band was, what the album was, and so on and so forth. And there was no talking. And I thought, okay, maybe this is something new they're doing because they're playing more of the song, whatever. And then they went to a promo for, I think it was Ciampa versus Aleister Black, one of the Takeover matches. And there was no talking over that.
It was Shayna and Bianca.
Sorry, yes, that one. And there was no talking over that. And I thought, okay, that's strange.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something new they're trying. And then this match started, Mitch Taverna versus Jackson Riker, and there was still no commentary. What the heck happened?
So I knew that something was weird because all I heard was nothing from the crowd. And all you can hear is Cutler and Not Buddy Murphy's terrible hype talk for Jackson Riker. Dude, we could go 30 minutes on these Forgotten Sons guys. I mean, they should be called the Forgettable Sons because they're doing nothing with them. I still don't know what their gimmick is. And it's funny because whenever we talk about them in the comments on the YouTube version, people are always saying, you're getting too deep with the whole veteran of a war thing. I'm not. Their logo is reminiscent of the POW thing.
They each have, or at least at one point on their ring gear, like branches of the military I think they served in.
Somebody said, no, they're part of a motorcycle gang. And I'm like, where do you get that from?
No.
I have not seen anything that suggests they're from a motorcycle gang.
I think they made a point of saying, I know Steve Cutler, I know it used to be in the military. And they
all three of them.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Have been, yeah.
And at certain points, they've all had military logos on their gear.
Yeah.
It's not us imagining things. That's supposed to be their character. Here's the thing. It kind of reminds me of how they handle Sanity. Sandy had a bit more fleshed out characterization because they focused on it, but at no point.
Not a bit more.
They had more, but here's the thing. A lot of it was based on their packaging, their theme, how they carried themselves.
You understood
all that.
it. Yeah,
yeah,
you understood it.
But at no point they come out and give the mic to Eric Young, give him 10 minutes to give the crowd Sanity's manifesto.
Yeah.
That never happened.
Yeah.
But commentary is always very clear about who their characters were.
Yeah, sure.
And it was consistent from their packaging to how they worked, all that. We haven't gotten that from Forgotten Sons. We got one bit in a junkyard somewhere. They're walking around.
Yeah.
And talking in vague terms about being cast aside or forgotten.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
Was the lack of commentary? Was that itself a metaphor for them being forgotten? We didn't even get commentary on our match. Or was it a technical glitch?
I think it was just some sort of issue where something fell through the cracks. Or
I was dying because I knew something was weird and I just didn't piece it together. And I texted you. I'm gonna read our text messages here. I said the crowd is so dead during the Jackson Riker match. Cutler and Not Buddy Murphy's hype talk is hilariously bad, and you said especially noticeable because there's no commentary. I just started dying. I started dying laughing, and I said, "Did they forget to record it? I'm dying right now." And then I noticed I went on Instagram because NXT's Instagram posted a picture of them, and it was like an oddly lit picture where it was like the lighting was directly above. It was supposed to be menacing, but most of the comments were pointing out Jackson Riker's prominent breasts. Because they're ample, especially in that lighting, and you just see boobs.
Yeah.
But then somebody said, so one person said, "Why didn't?" This is Kaz_Sanova said, "Why did no one do commentaries?" The question I have: was he punished for something? Did he have heat? Were the guys taking a nap? Did you tell them to take their lunch break? Somebody else said they had to do the finish 3 times before they got it right. That might be why. So there might have been some element of they had to reshoot this thing, or they had to reload, and then they edited the finish.
The finish. And then I guess maybe there's a situation where I'm assuming they do most of the commentary live.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And because of the holidays, they couldn't have Morrow, whoever, come and do a pickup on the finish.
Yeah.
I don't know. To get the timing of everything right, I don't know.
He might have been out in it because I know he has a home setup. I've seen it on his Instagram.
Yeah.
And he also got into a car accident recently. So
it's true.
Yeah. So I don't know if that plays into it. I have no idea. It was hilarious, though.
It was just odd.
It was hilarious. And then you were making the point when I brought that up before the cameras were rolling that, why would their finish need to be taped 3 times. All he does is bounce a guy off the ropes and then gives him a power bomb.
Granted, I'm not a wrestler. I don't know how difficult it is, but as a viewer, it doesn't seem that hard.
Right. We'll have to ask Adam Mayhem his opinion.
Yeah.
Is bouncing up. See, I kind of figured that maybe you have to get, like, maybe he did it
I can see where the position on the ropes and on the bounce would be somewhat important because you want to get across either the middle or the upper half, but not too high.
Right.
You want to get between the top of the shoulder blades and the top of the small of the back.
Yeah.
Anywhere higher or lower, I imagine would.
You wouldn't get the kind of spring.
Yeah, nonetheless, I don't know.
But I don't know, man. It's funny because we talk about all this talent in NXT and, like, what is with their tag division? It is bizarrely, like, why is it in WWE main roster, like the women's division, they're just all those singles competitors are now, like, teaming up because they got tag titles. NXT UK, they have way too many men. They have far too many.
Well, it's good.
And
this
now
week,
it's
good that this week they announced a tag team tournament.
Right.
Which apparently is going to consist of 4 teams, and there's 20 teams in that particular territory.
Exactly. So, anyways, Jackson Riker won with his, like,
powerbomb, bounce off the rope powerbomb, which apparently had to be done 3 times. Next, the Velveteen Dream video package promo talking about he came to NXT in 2017 and he wanted everyone to remember his name. 2018. He showed his bona fides. 2019.
Yeah.
Dream on.
And then he
threw to a bunch of tweets from various wrestling legends.
Yeah.
Saying how great he was. Including Hogan.
Yeah, that's fine. He needs to either get called up or I don't know. I love Dream. I think he's great.
He's fantastic. This guy feels like at this point he's spinning his wheels.
Yeah, he had his title shot. He's had a title shot before. No,
it was his first.
He just had
shot.
the one against Ciampa. I always think that Aleister Black one was before he took the title. He's still really young. He's still really, really super entertaining. But he did so much in 2018 that it's going to be kind of odd.
Short of winning a title at some point, it's going to seem like a step back
if he doesn't get called up after Mania. It's and a bunch of other people do.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a little weird.
Yeah,
be a little weird.
Yeah.
He should have been like the headline attraction of like this current crop that's getting called
coming
up.
soon to WWE.
Yeah.
Next, Tommaso Ciampa did a phone promo in his trailer, and he was talking about how he's been saying for a while that everybody should follow him if they want success in NXT, and they said finally someone's listened to him, someone's been following him. Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
See what happens when you do things my way. He says, you're not going to get a shot at the NXT title because I already have that match taken care of. However, consider this. Challenge Ricochet for the North American title. We said back when we were making towns, driving from city to city as DIY, that this was our dream. Now is our chance for this to be our takeover.
Yeah.
Both in terms of just that particular show in Phoenix and in a larger sense, their takeover of NXT.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. That'll
be a fantastic match.
Probably got to be setting up something that's actually going to happen.
Yeah,
Gargano
versus Ricochet. That's got 6 stars written all over it.
Oh man, I can't wait. Ciampa might help him get that dub too, get the win, and then they'll both have. That's pretty big. That's a pretty big deal. After that, we had Heavy Machine as the main event. Heavy Machinery. Maybe in their send-off match against the Undisputed Era.
I think it's going to be. I don't think it was intended to be when it was taped, but I think it is.
You're probably right about that.
This was taped several weeks ago.
This was taped wasn't it the San Jose tapings?
No.
Okay.
No, this is Full Sail.
I think they did this. Yeah, you're right. It was. I think they did this match though at those San Jose tapings.
Oh, they might have done it.
Or was that War Machine? Maybe it was War Machine. I don't know. Anyways, I'll stop talking. This match was what it was. I mean, we knew Heavy Machine was going to lose here.
Oh, yes.
Not just even from the spoilers.
No, we just knew they were going to win the tag titles from Undisputed Era. No way.
But no, I mean, that could suggest they're going to. I mean, I'm hoping they're going to debut these new call-ups
before the Rumble.
Before the Rumble. Yeah, like it should be the first episodes.
Should be either this upcoming. No,
not the
7th
upcoming
or the 14th.
One. Yeah, right. Yeah, the 7th, I would think. Yeah. But yeah, no, this is fun.
There's that one spot where Roderick Strong did that belly to back on Tucker Knight off the apron, where I think he was supposed to
be on the apron,
and then kind of missed the apron right to the floor.
Banged his elbow on it. Yeah, ooh, that looked bad. Yeah. The ref had to go down and hold his hand, and you see him squeeze, and you're like, oh.
He's fine.
That's good. He's fine. Okay. He wants to continue.
Yes.
Good.
He's good.
Anyways, Undisputed Era went over after Total Elimination.
Or their version of Total. They should call it Undisputed Elimination.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd be down for that.
I'd be down for that. Let's see here. So, after that, we had NXT UK episode
19.
Number 19.
How many more weeks we got to do 2 of these a week? It's just
month.
so much.
4.
It's too much.
Takeover's going to be live. It's on the
12th.
Oh, it's on the 12th. Okay.
So only 1 more week.
Oh, okay.
2 more weeks.
All right. For some reason, I keep on thinking it's like in the late 20s. Okay, cool.
No, that's the Rumble, man.
Yeah.
And the
real Takeover.
Real Takeover, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the episode where they announced Takeover. So Sid Scala comes down. He says, "Let's bring out Johnny Saint," and then Sid Scala proceeded to do pretty much all the talking. Sid Scala announces Takeover Blackpool going down January 12th. We'll be live on the network. This brings out Toni Storm.
This was kind of wonky though. They did some weird audio stuff with this too, because was Johnny Saint the one who pointed at the screen when the Takeover thing came up? I think he was, and the crowd started going crazy. And they give the mic back to Sid Scala. You can hear the crowd still going crazy, but it's one of those things you look at the crowd and nobody's doing anything.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
They're getting too weird with this stuff.
Yeah.
Dial it down a bit.
I know.
If people are dead in the crowd, just let them be dead in the crowd.
Exactly.
Work for that Jackson Riker match.
Only amplified because there's no commentary. Like if there's ever a time to put in like canned applause, do it there.
Right.
To mask the fact there's no commentary.
Man, I just love that you can literally see people pop during that Jackson Riker match for the finish. They were like, "Oh my God, thank God!"
Well, especially now.
What a brutal 3 minutes we had to sit through.
If they had to redo the finish 3 times too.
Oh my God, you're probably right. That's probably why they popped so
it was
hard.
Relief
because they did pop big time. You finally got
so I
it
think
off.
Maybe they popped for him finally to be able to get off his finisher.
I think you're right.
That's interesting.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyways, Toni Storm comes out and she says, hey, I didn't get the NXT Women's title, but I won the Mae Young Classic. I want a title shot at Takeover. Johnny Saint says, you want it? You got it.
You got it. You've got it.
Next, Kenny Williams, the Luckian. Versus Jordan Devlin. I like Jordan Devlin a lot.
Me too.
I think he's got a ton of potential.
I'm sad they already had his title match with Pete Dunne.
I know. They should have built up Jordan.
Go ahead.
They're not doing a very good job of building people on NXT UK.
No, they're not.
Why is everybody focused on the tag titles, and they announced this apparently a tournament out of thin air, something they could have built towards.
Yeah.
And then there's only 4 teams in it.
Yeah.
They said, we're gonna have the semifinals next week. I mean, there's only 4 teams in it.
Yeah, it's weird, but they have like 16 teams.
But then they announced it like it's been something that's been ongoing.
Yeah, I know. That was the weird thing. In the semifinals, what about the quarterfinals?
Yeah.
What about the qualifiers?
Yeah.
There's enough teams for all that.
Basically, everybody in the men's division is forming tag teams. You're telling us only 4 teams are going to be in it?
Why is
everybody wasting their time forming tag teams in?
Yeah.
I mean, Tyson T-Bone and Saxon Huxley just formed a tag team, I would think, under the idea that they're going to get in some sort of tournament to crown the first tag team champions. And now they're not going to be in the tournament?
I'm pretty sure Huxley, is this even fair? Huxley and Connors, they probably had a qualifying match. And that probably broke them up when they lost. And then Huxley goes and finds another tag team partner.
They haven't announced anything as any sort of qualifying match for anything. This is the first mention of this tournament.
I'm just assuming this stuff. That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do.
All over the place.
Just assume it.
Anyways. Fun match between Jordan Devlin and Kenny Williams. Jordan Devlin picked up the win with his finisher, and he dropped a promo afterwards saying he's here to call out all the posers, all the fakes in that locker room.
Yeah,
and he's got his eye.
He's going to feast his eyes on a
somebody.
mystery man.
Yeah.
So, Larson, power rank. Top 10 tag teams he's coming after. And then he's going to form his own tag team.
Tyler Bate.
Wait, is he looking at this mystery man as an opponent or a tag team partner?
No, I think an opponent at this point.
I don't know, man.
He doesn't seem to. He's like the one guy who seemed to show zero interest in forming a team with anybody.
You're right. Because he's the ace. That means singular.
So hats off to Jordan Devlin for looking out for number 1.
Okay, so who's left in the division that's not in a tag team? Can't be Tyler Bate. He's in a tag team.
Nobody.
Eddie Dennis, who's my favorite,
but he's a heel.
He's a heel. Mastiff. He's in a thing with Dennis right now.
Yeah, so it's not him.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go back to Ligero?
No. Is Ligero? Oh, yeah, he has won a match.
It's not going to be Head Coffee.
No. He's going after the top title.
Yeah.
Travis Banks? I think they had a match already.
Did they?
Maybe not.
No, that's too big of a match. We'd have known.
All right, that's my pick, Travis Banks. He's not a tag team yet.
Probably right.
And that'd be a really good match.
That'd be a really good match. Connors is a heel, so it's not going to be him. Maybe it will be Connors. He's got face gear.
Yeah, but that promo he had on
super heel.
Super heel. He's not a face. It's got to be Travis Banks.
Are there any, besides Mastiff, are there any other single faces? There's got to be. Everybody's a heel.
Everybody's heel and in a tag team. Because Mark Andrews, Flash Morgan Webster, tag team.
Yeah.
Tyson T-Bone, Saxon Huxley, tag team. Gallus, all tag team. Mustache Mountain. You got Gibson and Drake, the Grizzled Young Veterans, tag team. Now Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel apparently tag team.
They're late, man. They're late. They missed the qualifiers.
I know.
And the quarters.
They debuted too early or too late. Sorry. I guess Ligero's not in the tag team, but again, I think
time will tell.
Yeah, no, give it time. Jordan Devlin already beat him. Tucker and Jack Stars, they're a tag team.
Oh, good fella here in chat says Walter. No way, man. Walter's going after that Pete Dunne.
Oh, yeah, he's going straight to the top, man.
He'll probably be in the crowd at NXT Prime Takeover.
No, I think he'll probably be at the Blackpool show.
Oh, he might be in the crowd at Blackpool.
Yeah, I think that's probably
that'd be an interesting precedent.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, speaking of Marcel Bartel, next we had a promo saying that he was coming to NXT UK and he was on episode 20. A really good match against Mark Andrews.
Next week. They always say next week. It's this week.
It's the same week,
it's happening right now.
Same damn week. Next, we get a Johnny Saint and Sid Scala interview. They're interrupted by Rhea Ripley. She wasn't too happy about Toni Storm just being gifted a title shot. However, she wants to defend her title next week, which is this week. You can tell when they shot this, they weren't planning on airing 2 episodes a week.
No, they weren't.
And so
it's like our count out this week.
I know.
It's like, oh yeah, it's New Year's. No, it's not.
These huge corporations, plans change. And then Johnny Saint and Sid Scala go to the locker room or their office for like a minute and a half, come back out. Oh yeah, Deonna Purrazzo. You'll be taking her on next week.
Yeah.
This week. Next.
Dude, that cracked me up because they left. Close the door.
And then we're right back out.
Because Johnny Saint's thing is, we need to talk. He can't do nothing without Sid, by the way. So they leave, and then Rhea looks at Radzi and says, do you have any questions for me? And he starts to say something, and then they just come back in.
And say you get the virtuosa.
I like Radzi. He's funny. Oh, and then so they make that match. Johnny Saint, and then Rhea looks at Sid and says, I still don't like you, Sid, which is a great little subplot here. And then she starts to leave, and Johnny Saint says, what can you do? Which is like the most like John Lennon Hard Day's Night delivery.
Yeah.
What can you do? She doesn't like you. Anyways, after that we had Eddie Dennis. Oh, he's my favorite.
Versus Dan Maloney.
What are those faces that he makes? They're great.
It's that Dateline theme.
It's this weird like entrance jacket that's like it's like barely a vest. It's like barely a piece of cloth.
Basketball shorts, but they're not made of like basketball short material.
He looks like the tallest guy in a D League.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, that's the ringer right there. But he's really not that good. He's just really tall. He's not really blocking any shots.
No.
He's just laying things up.
He's enough of a presence in the paint to
alter shots,
but not to actually block him. You think he's going to block him, so you don't even try.
Exactly.
So you just end up shooting a bunch of low percentage mid-range jumpers, and you lose.
They're the top team in the D League.
Yep. So, anyways, this match barely gets started. Dave Mastiff runs ringside, attacks Eddie Dennis. Ref calls for the bell. Eddie wins by DQ. Eddie Dennis runs off. Dan Maloney then gets in Mastiff's face, like, "Hey, why are you getting involved in my match?"
It's my match.
Mastiff decks him. Hits him with a cannonball.
I love that cannonball though. He gets some
serious
good
air
momentum on that and air exactly. He
Yeah.
launched himself from like the half court line. It's great.
Next, we had a segment backstage between Ligero, Sid Scala, and Johnny Saint. Ligero had a match against Joe Coffey next, or later on the show.
Apparently, Ligero used to do all. I haven't seen it personally, but I've had a couple people let me know that Ligero used to do a lot of good comedy stuff, which they seem to have stripped him completely of because he looks like a comedy character.
No, I know.
Luchador from Leeds.
Yeah.
Like that lends itself to fine comedy, but he's just like pure white babyface.
Did you hear Nigel go on a bit of a rant about what people from various towns in the United Kingdom are called?
Oh man, no, I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah,
now.
it's pretty funny. It was during the Ligero match. He's from Leeds, and he said what people from Leeds are called.
Oh man, I really need to.
And he starts. He's like, what people from Manchester are called. I forgot what it was. Mm-hmm. And then Liverpudlians. You know, and he goes on and on about it. And it's pretty funny.
Well, Waymaker here in chat says Eddie Dennis is awful live. I've seen him many times. He is pants.
Well, he's shorts. He's not wearing pants.
Yeah, he's shorts.
It was during this where they announced the tag title tournament.
So,
because Gallus
shows up.
Not Joe Coffey. Mark Coffey and I guess Wolfgang are going to be in this tournament because they're going to be in the semifinals against Mustache Mountain.
Yeah, you're going to be in the semifinals against Mustache Mountain.
Have Mark Coffey and Wolfgang tagged together in a match that's been on TV yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they have. Maybe it was the one that I covered. I forget.
Could be because I don't remember seeing one.
Didn't they fight Webster and Mark Andrews?
Oh, maybe.
I think they did. I know I've seen them in a tag match.
All right,
though.
so they've had one tag match.
They've had at least one. They might have had two. But I see your point. So anyways, yeah, and then Johnny Saint says, "You're dismissed." He does realize this is not school, right?
Well, he thinks he's a headmaster, man.
But it's not school. Eddie Dennis is the only person who has legit claims
to be a headmaster.
Apparently,
he knows judo too. That's what Nigel said.
Eddie Dennis, really?
Yeah.
I think Nigel just makes some stuff up, dude, just to make fun of stuff. He probably gets as much as a kick out of this stuff as I do.
I believe
because
that.
Here's the thing: like I haven't watched a lot of Progress, right? I haven't watched a lot.
Yeah,
but it is way cooler, than this. Like they're like, and I know this is still new, but they're on episode 20.
Yeah, it's not that new.
It's not that new anymore.
They're supposed to be about more than the third way through their first year.
Right. Yeah, and there's not a lot going on in terms of juicy feuds that are going someplace. It's just you fight him. You move on. You fight him. You move on. You declare for Pete Dunne's title, lose to Pete Dunne. Now you fight somebody else. There is, besides, like literally Eddie Dennis and Mastiff, and then maybe Gallus and Mustache Mountain are the only kind of feuds.
There's no feuds.
But even Mustache Mountain says, yeah, we got to deal with Gallus, and then we're going to do the tag team titles. Like, they don't really care about them. Eddie Dennis and Dave Mastiff kind of are in a feud right now. Kind of. And that's really over...
Eddie Dennis losing to Dave Mastiff.
Right.
That's really it.
It's not can somebody spill a pint on somebody, please?
I know.
Because at least that.
I'm getting to the point where it's like I don't really care what happens in these matches because there's no interesting storylines.
Well, no, that's the thing. I don't care because of the storylines. I care because of the quirks of the UK scene, of these characters.
Yeah.
Like, it amuses me. That being said, there are no, like, feuds, and I'm like, oh, man, this is cool. It's more like... Oh, I find Gallus cool because they have cool entrance music, which I really actually feel.
Their entrance music is pretty good.
It is really good. Eddie Dennis makes funny faces, and he has Dateline music.
Yeah.
That's sort of jokey. I could live without all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
long as it was replaced by interesting feuds and good stories.
Zach Gibson is actually the one character that I care about. And that's like legit.
Yeah.
I think he comes out and he gets an actual response from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I really dig about Zach Gibson. That dude is committed to his character. He's all about it.
That's true.
That guide to Liverpool. Did you watch it or no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, it was great. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we both watched both of them this week.
Yeah.
I love that. Speaking of which, we have Zach Gibson's Guide to Liverpool, and it's him and James Drake, and it's.
James Drake was just like he was a tourist being guided around Liverpool by
Zach Gibson. He was on the Liverpool tour guide.
This is all James Drake did.
Tour, yeah.
He didn't even nod. He just did this.
He was just soaking in the information from Zach Gibson. So they're on the streets of Liverpool, and
he was talking about the liveaboard, right?
Well, at first Zach Gibson was saying that Liverpool was built on the shoulders of hardworking people, but those people, the city has been overrun by entitled leeches. And then there's the famous liver building. Legend has it there's two giant liver birds.
Well, no, it's like liver birds, right?
Liver birds.
Yeah.
On it. Is it liver or liver?
Well, I mean,
it's spelled liver, but he says it liver.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And if those birds ever flew away, the city would crumble. He says. I'm a bigger legend than the liver birds, which in my eyes he is, because I hadn't even heard of the liver birds. And if he were to leave, the city would crumble. Even though he loves the city, he hates the people there. he says Liverpool needs Zach Gibson much more than Zach Gibson needs Liverpool.
Yeah.
And the entire time they keep cutting back to James Drake, and he's just very, very interested in this.
But not doing anything other than just looking at
right.
Zach Gibson.
Right.
Head slightly up.
Yeah. So either he's fascinated or he's just really hungry.
Yeah, maybe
and he's waiting this out.
He's daydreaming about having a huge burger somewhere at a pub.
Or whatever like they eat in Liverpool.
Yeah, what are the local eats?
Yeah.
I don't know at all. So
I was kind of hoping that we'd get that, to be honest with you.
I know. I was kind of disappointed there was only two places they went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're probably right next to each other.
Probably. But I don't know. I thought this was
like,
great.
Here, let's set up some sticks right here. All right, what next? Let's go across the street, turn the camera 180 degrees. That's our next spot.
Right. I do wish this was longer than 5 minutes.
It should have been the whole episode.
I know. I want an expansive
a walking tour of Liverpool.
Yeah, like with stories.
And give me more why Zach Gibson is
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool's number one.
Yeah. So Wayne says Liver Birds. Liver building. Oh, it's the Liver building. Well, I don't know. He said liver, whatever he said.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Look, man, I'm an American. I hear what my ears tell me.
Yes.
So, anyways.
Anywho.
Let's see here. Moving on.
Yes, next we
Soon
had
to be moving on.
Tucker and Jack Stars taking on Tyson T-Bone and his new tag team partner, Saxon Huxley.
This is weird because it wasn't a squash match at first.
But it was still really short.
Right. Like Tucker, who apparently, is he the one who got released? He's no longer on
that was the rumor that he wasn't listed as an active competitor.
Which is weird because, like, is Jack Stars listed as an active competitor? He's like, I just think he's just a jobber guy, right?
Yeah, I think it's someone that's brought in.
Tucker. Anyways, him and Jack Stars actually kicked this match off pretty strong.
Yeah, I feel like Tyson T-Bone and Saxon Huxley got like 3 moves off, and 2 of them were the finish.
Right.
A knee from Saxon Huxley and just a punch from Tyson T-Bone.
Mm-hmm.
And then Huxley pinned Stars.
That did it.
That was it. That's all it took.
Yeah.
Next, we had an Isla Dawn interview where she was interrupted by Ginny.
It was weird, man. This always weirds me out. The lens they use, we've talked about this endlessly before. Isla Dawn is in focus. Radzy's in focus. Ginny's not, yet they're all standing next to each other. They should have the same depth of field going on.
I wonder if they're using the long lens.
But if they're all here, aren't they all in focus?
No, if they're using like a longer lens, like a telephoto, then the depth of field could be really... And it could do 2 things. Depth of field would be tighter, and it could compress the space so it looks like they're on the same plane when they're not.
I don't know, man. I think she was touching shoulders with Radzy. It was weird. I don't know why she was out of focus. Anyway, she said, you already had your title shot, which is totally true. Why is Isla Dawn talking about title shot? She already had one.
She lost, yeah.
Back of the line with you. It was like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Ginny hasn't had one yet.
And Ginny's like, you need to, I don't know what she said. She said something cool. I like Ginny. She's cool.
Yeah, she's real cool.
Anyways, the main event was Ligero
versus Joe Coffey. I like Joe Coffey.
I love Gallus, man. I think they're great.
That like head first spear that Joe Coffey
does.
Oh God,
nuts.
Yeah, he did on the outside of Ligero. That was great.
That's really good.
And did another one later on. That was pretty awesome too. Anyways, Ligero goes for a springboard DDT. Coffey just responds to the discus lariat. As Ligero bounces off the ropes, he picks up the win. It looks like he's cementing his claim to take on Peter Dune at Takeover.
Peter Dune.
And I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, me too.
If it were to happen.
That would be great.
It would be great.
Yeah. Anyways, where are we?
Episode 20.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, hold on a second. Let
Yes.
me make one. I have to make one note here, people.
You got to make notes on the fly these days.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh,
What's happening here? What's
What is
happening
going
here?
on?
Anyways, kick off episode 20.
Episode 20 starts with a tag match. Zach Gibson and James Drake taking on Primate Jay Melrose and that wild boar guy.
Yeah, another tag team. We haven't
Yes.
seen these. I don't think we've seen Primate yet.
No, we haven't. He was in WCPW,
I think
wasn't he?
so, yeah. I didn't know if I was confusing him with Rampage, but I'm pretty sure I remember Primate's name as well.
I think they're both in
I think they're both in
WCPW,
WCPW,
yeah.
yeah. So that's cool. Now they have him.
Apparently they got everybody.
They have everybody, dude. See, here's where I think what you're talking, whenever we discuss this whole should they go to WWE, should they not go to WWE thing, And oftentimes, especially when we talk about NXT, when they bring people in, it's like, well, with so many people being brought in, can you really, how difficult, it gets much more difficult to sort of carve your own brand.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm still sort of like up in the air in terms of NXT Prime. I still think that there's just a really solid group there that I don't think anybody's in danger of sort of being overshadowed. Like half those guys are about to get called up anyways.
Yeah.
The other half is just really strong.
There's an option for upward mobility.
NXT UK?
It's a different story entirely.
Entirely.
How many people on the roster in NXT UK right now do you feel like in a year's time could be in NXT Prime? Take Peter Dunne out of it. He's obvious.
Yeah, of course.
Or Mustache Mountain.
I would take them out of it because they're already good.
Tony Storm.
Oh, yeah. I was just looking at the men because I think their women's division is okay.
Yeah.
Their women's division is fine. They've got 6 people there?
More than that. Depends on.
You take Perato out of it.
You
got Rhea, Isla Dawn,
Nina Samuels,
Tony Storm,
Ginny, Millie McKenzie.
Who's barely there.
But I think she's part of the roster.
And I hope she sticks around.
Zia Brookside.
Yeah, she's good.
That's 7.
All right, so you got 7,
yeah.
Right? That's okay. That's fine. In the God. Maybe Mastiff.
I think Joe Coffey's ahead of him.
Okay, yeah. All right. Travis Banks.
Yeah, but here's the thing. In ring, there's a lot of really good wrestlers. They're just doing these guys and women a disservice.
Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, again, but I think he's the same thing. He's awesome in the ring, and at least they're giving him an opportunity to show some character.
Yeah.
He's got a gimmick at least.
Yeah.
But so many of the wrestlers in NXT UK just have nothing creatively to work with.
I know. And
it's really doing them a disservice because they're all
doing them exactly. Yeah.
By and large, all of them are really good wrestlers.
Yeah.
But what really separates really good wrestlers from wrestlers ready to move to the next level is being able to showcase their personality.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't been able to do that really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was thinking about this last night. The same thing. Like Joe Coffey, I think he's good.
Alex C has a point here. He said if Gibson wasn't such a UK niche thing, then him for sure. I think he could transcend that niche thing just by virtue of his personality. I mean, all he has to do is stop associating himself so closely with, Liva stuff.
Yeah. He can say he's United Kingdom's number 1. Or something like that.
Exactly. I think he's strong. I think they saw that in the second tournament as well. So I think he's strong enough. And I think the Coffey brothers, I think they're strong enough, probably as a tag team, just Joe and Mark.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's they're all on level. There's 20 guys all on the exact same plane. And you're right. Creative is giving him nothing. It's been 20 episodes.
Nothing to do. Nothing.
They're doing a whole lot of nothing.
Nothing.
It's only been the last 2 episodes that we've had an Eddie Dennis, Dave Mastiff kind of feud thing.
And it seems like even with Eddie Dennis, they were doing something with him before he debuted.
Right.
And now he just makes weird faces.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I don't know. Anyways, this episode kicked off. James Drake, Zach Gibson, grizzled young veterans taking on Primate, Jay Melrose, and Wild Boar.
So that was when we were talking about Primate. That was sort of the thing, is that I totally get your point. As it pertains to UK especially, if you're Primate, right? Now, I don't know how much of a name he is. I recognize him because we used to watch WCW or WPCW. WCPW a little bit. But if you're a guy like that, why are you not going instead to World of Sport or, try to be Progress's number 1 guy or something like that?
Yeah.
Man, you're just coming, you look at the sea of dudes and you're like, oh yeah, my odds are great here.
Yeah. Well, I got someone like Kenny Williams who's good.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. At least he's got a gimmick.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen him win a match.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, he's good enough, and it seems like he's got a good enough personality that he could go in the indies in the UK and actually carve a really good path for himself.
I would suggest that maybe a year from now or whenever these guys' contracts with WWE lets up, and who knows, maybe they're 3-year contracts. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But the UK indie scene might be revitalized by an exodus from NXT UK because what the hell are they going to do with all these guys?
I know.
So anyways, I don't know. Anyways, sorry.
Gibson and Drake picked up the win.
Mm-hmm.
Although it was a pretty fun match. That Wild Boar guy could do some fun stuff.
Yeah, he's cool.
With a ticket to Mayhem. Afterwards, Gibson dropped a promo, said I love Liverpool, because they were in Liverpool.
Just hate the people.
But don't like the people in it.
Yeah, man. Well.
He said, I came here and you turned your back to me, and they showed footage of everybody had, when everybody had their shoes up. That was during the Guide to Liverpool.
Yeah. I just love I love his promos, man. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a good promo.
Especially when he breaks it down at the end, when he says, "This man is James Drake," and blah blah blah, soon to be, all that kind of stuff. I really love that. I think he's strong. After that, we had a Mustache Mountain interview. These guys are charming as hell.
Oh heck yeah,
they're like ridiculously charming. But they sort of spun their, I like that they were sort of referencing that Trent Seven was saying, you had a good moment there. I want a good moment there too. Sure it was good for you. It was good for me, but I'm sure it's better for you. I know. But he's so dang charismatic.
Heck yeah, he is, man. Next, we had a match that was supposed to be between Dave Mastiff and Josh Morrell. Instead, Eddie Dennis comes to the stage, and Morrell was like pointing, getting the crowd hyped up, and just body slams him on the stage.
Right on the stage.
Pretty funny.
That was awesome. Mastiff was upset, man.
Yeah, he was.
He was upset. After that, we had a pretty decent Joseph Connors
pretty
promo.
good. This is where the shallow depth of field works.
Yes, agreed 100%. It felt very cinematic, and yeah, he was sort of doing the Cassius Ohno thing. He was talking about new toys coming through. Mm-hmm. So he says, 2 years ago I was that new toy.
But now I'm all damaged and scratched up.
Yeah.
And said if I'm not gonna get the showcase that I deserve, I'm gonna go through all these new toys and do the same to them.
I liked it, man. I thought it was like some motivation there.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
It's actually a character.
That's what they need to do.
Yes.
So hopefully they're just sort of, I don't know, man.
Well, it took them 20 weeks to figure all that out. 20 episodes. 10 weeks, sorry. Next, a really good match between Mark Andrews and the debuting Marcel Bartel.
Man, this was match of the week for me.
This was really good.
I'm talking about like all the episodes.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews versus Marcel Bartel. Holy moly.
Yeah, this Marcel Bartel is really good
match. Yeah, he is. He is spectacular. Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing that I really like about him. He does like the cold German thing, and then so that when he reacts to like somebody kicking out of his signature move, like it's big and it feels bigger because he doesn't react. That's what I love about it.
And like whenever he tries to deny or reverse someone else's move, he goes 9.
Yeah, that's
every time.
Too. Yeah, that's good.
But just kind of in a fairly dispassionate, removed way, like as a matter of fact thing that I am going to reverse this. I deny you your offense 9.
Yeah.
At one point, Fabian Eichner runs down the ringside, distracts Mark Andrews for a bit. Andrews gets back in the ring, gets rolled up by Bartel. However, Andrews kicks out. Bartel sends Andrews to the outside. Eichner hits him with a running knee against the barricade. Andrews back in the ring. Bartel hits his finisher for the win. And then commentary dubbed the new partnership between Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner as the European Union.
Ooh, controversy. That's great. I love it, man. No F's given over there, man. That's
Next,
awesome.
Tony Storm promo, or kind of a video package. I thought she did a really good job in her promo and interview bits these 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
She's good.
It's awesome.
She's really good.
New haircut of hers.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Travis Banks video package.
Yeah.
They just got to turn him heel, man, or give him some intensity.
Dude, they can't. How many heels do you want on this show?
Give him intensity then.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Like if NXT UK was all
heels.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, that's how it should be.
I know. And then everybody just pour pints on each other, and that was what motivate the feuds. Yeah,
they really just look. Whoever's doing creative, I know, like some of the Progress guys are doing creative, and maybe some other people. They just need to watch a bunch of Alan Clark movies, and all the characters should just be based off of those characters. That's what they should be doing.
All right.
And then all feuds are built around pints being spilled on.
All
people.
right.
They don't even have that yet, though. Let's get.
They don't have storylines to that degree at all.
Every time, hey, listen, this is what they should do. Every episode of NXT, wherever it's filmed, as part of their set, there should be a mini pub.
All right.
On the stage, like to the right hand of the stage.
All right.
Right. So if you come out on the left hand of the stage, on the right hand of the stage, that's where the other wrestlers mill about during the matches. And then somebody, oh mate, sorry, bumps into him. Oh, you can't hold your pint. And fisticuffs.
Put up.
They go to the ring.
Yes, fight.
Got character there. Anyway.
Well, at least there's a modicum of motivation. Finally, our main event, Deonna Purrazzo taking on Rhea Ripley. It was a really fun match. Deonna Purrazzo was great.
She is fantastic. She's really good. She was trying to match some of Rhea Ripley's power, but in the end, Rhea Ripley went over with her riptide. After the match, Rhea started attacking Deonna Purrazzo, and then Toni Storm came down, made the save, gave Deonna Purrazzo a fist bump to call it a week on another 2 episodes of NXT UK. Oof. Hopefully it'll be soon to be 1 episode a week of NXT UK. Anyways, let's take some questions. I've got some here.
Rich Hardesty, I could see, it was 3HW, 3 Horsewomen cut up in a Riot Squad type model. Oh, where Shayna Baszler does that most of the real wrestling, and she just has a couple of henchwomen helping her out.
It's possible.
Yeah. Matt Eager, do you believe that NXT UK is the Seinfeld of WWE since it's a good show that's about nothing?
No, because it's sort of how you can only Seinfeld had substance.
Yes.
And NXT UK doesn't yet.
Seinfeld might have been at times somewhat plotless in that sense. It was about nothing, but stuff was still going on.
Yeah.
And there's still, firmly established characters. It was character humor, not so much situational storyline humor. That changed in later seasons, but
and that can go only so far. Or like the with NXT UK, like the characters, they need something to do. They need something to do.
I know, because right now there's not even firmly established characters to motivate things.
Yeah.
Burning Fortress, I think hot dog is under the umbrella of sandwich, like Fun W Steve W under the umbrella of Friendo Unified Championship Wrestling. Also under sandwich umbrella is hamburger and Euro.
No, incorrect.
I mean, that's kind of my argument, is that a sandwich is meat between bread.
Yeah, no, all that's wrong. Max Zero.
You demand this level of specificity that you think separates.
Well, society does. Society does, not just
No,
me.
I don't think all of society does.
Yeah, society does.
You do.
Well, you're on the fringes. You're like the flat earther. Like the people who think that hot dogs are sandwiches are like flat earthers. Basically the same thing.
No, because
climate change deniers. That's what you are.
No, it's not a true allegory there.
It's very true.
No, it's not.
Max Zero. Knowing Liverpool's number 1 tour will be hard to beat. Which wrestler would you want to see take us on a tour of their hometown next? I mean, dude, look, this is still NXT UK, but wherever Trent Seven's from, I want like a 30-minute tour of that, just because it's him on taking me on a tour.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I can't top that.
Well, no, Matt.
Alistair Black giving us a tour of Amsterdam.
Oh, that'd be lovely. But it's all at night in tunnels. This tunnel right here is where many homeless people died just 5 weeks ago.
Wow. Josh Little.
What are those things in France called? They had that horror movie there, The Catacombs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Underneath Paris.
Here we are in Paris. They call it, what do they call Paris?
City of Lights.
Yeah, City of Lights. I call it the City of Death.
Wow. Josh Little book a 10-man match that could rival the one that the NXT roster put on yesterday at the Madison Square Garden show.
Heard that was
only using the main roster. Also, he asked, did you go to the post office?
No, not yet. There's a lot of stuff going on. We've got 4 days coming up. I'll go then.
All right, so pretty much we're doing a 5-on-5 match between the best wrestlers on the main roster. So let's divide it by Raw and SmackDown. Essentially like a Survivor Series, but non-elimination tag match. You take Raw, I'll take SmackDown.
Okay. I'll take Akam, Drake Maverick.
I'm not even trying.
Leo Rush, Elias, and
not even trying. It's supposed to be a hot match we're booking here, not some comedy gimmick.
Match. Super hot
match.
match.
Is Drake Maverick going to pee himself again?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
That's the finish of the match. I mean, come on, you know who it is. It's Seth, probably Seth, Braun, now Elias,
Finn,
and Dean Ambrose. That's a hot match.
Gosh. Daniel Bryan, Mustafa Ali, AJ Styles, Andrade Cien Almas.
And Ray. Put Ray in there.
Ray. That'd be
People
fun.
love Ray.
Yeah, he's still fun.
How about this? Lucha House Party.
All right.
and the Revival.
All right.
They have to work together.
There you go.
Hot match.
There's a story there at least.
And those guys know how to work as a team.
Yep.
So they win. Wolfpack for life. Did you guys stop playing WWE 2K My Career, or is it on your itch toy? So funny story about that. We actually recorded a chunk where we got called up, and I realized the audio was kind of janky-ish. Like the camera mic was on, not our actual mic. I don't know who unplugged it. It was probably me, whatever. So I've been meaning to like try to get back to that and try to fix it up. I have no idea where any of the footage is though. It's on one. I have like 8 SD cards.
Yeah, I know.
I hope it's on one of them, but I don't know. So we're gonna try to figure that out.
Yes.
It'd be nice to get back to that. It's just we've got We Book Raw, which we've got some amazing ideas for.
And then we got Fun Wrestling and WCW. That's going to take a lot of time, so who knows?
I mean, those are the priorities right now.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I just kind of feel also that I'd like to do it. I think it'd be great. I think it's good like material. But like I feel like there's a window for my career.
Yeah, it's right when the game comes out.
Right when the game comes out.
If I'm going to spend time playing a video game, I don't want to go through a story that's crafted for me. I want to craft my own story.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm more interested in doing We Book Raw and Fun Wrestling.
Yeah.
Because then we can just book
if I'm able to carve out time to be Twitch streamer, which I don't think is possible, but if I'm able to, I might do Steve Arson solo and then just rebrand him back to Steve Thunder and pick that back
Very
up.
well. Steve Thunder. Steve Arson was a good name.
It's not as good as Steve Thunder though. He's branded with WCW Thunder.
But it's not us.
Right. That's why I would rebrand him back to Steve Thunder.
No, I understand. But when it was going to be us, it makes no sense for it just to be Steve Thunder.
Yeah. Yeah, sure it would. Because you love Thunder. I love Thunder. Who doesn't love Thunder?
You mean the meteorological phenomenon Thunder or the show?
The show.
No, the show Thunder was awful.
It was great.
It was terrible.
It was great for like a week.
No, it was pretty much always awful from the beginning.
Did you see that clip of Luger winning the title from Hogan that somebody like reposted on Twitter? Explain it to me, please.
There's a lot of garbage being thrown in the ring. Explain that. That's kind of what happened at WCW back then.
Yeah, that was the thing to do.
Here's what I thought was weird about it, because I didn't remember the time. I remember that happening.
People popped massive.
Here's the thing, though. You know when that happened? Middle of 97. So they had Luger win the title from Hogan in the midst of the whole build Sting and Hogan at Starcast. Or Starcade.
Yeah.
Yeah, Starcade. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is
Wouldn't
weird.
Luger, being the first one to beat Hogan, take a little the steam out of Sting finally beating him?
Well, here's the thing also. Nobody's going to kick out of the leg drop unless they have express written permission from Hogan.
Yes.
It was probably Hogan taking the steam out of Sting.
Yeah, could be.
Because he knew that Sting was like super popular.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Luger.
All the politicking, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Could be.
Because you bring up a good point right there. We'll have to do more investigations of
Yes.
that. We'll have to ask Lex Luger himself.
Yes, we should.
Let's find his email address. Lex.
Would you like to be on the show? We want to interview you about specifically this one match.
That one match, that one moment.
The one time you actually won a title.
Right. James Fletcher. With wrestling shirts, what do you guys do? I'm sorry. Hold on. With wrestling shirts, I'm just going to read this verbatim. With wrestling shirts, what do you guys do, like with Undisputed Era or Mustache Mountain? Their first shirts and current one are very similar, so once I've got one, I've got them all.
Oh, like usually I don't buy multiple shirts from the same person.
Yeah. Trying to think if I've ever done that before.
Well, you have two Mad shirts, but that's more circumstance. You didn't buy either of them.
Yeah, and they're both different. It's weird. It's like the same logo, but it's different.
Yeah,
that's
different
really
font
weird.
too, right?
Yeah, it's weird. I wear the one that you got me is my Chill Out at Home shirt.
Yeah, that's one I bought from
because it's kind of loosey goosey
Jeff
on
Jarrett's
me.
Pro Wrestling Tee Shop.
This one is Wear to Work shirt.
Gotcha.
Because it fits like more, not as loosey goosey.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I don't know.
So yeah, I see what he's saying though. Undisputed Era had a shirt, then they updated it.
Yeah, because Roger Strong joined, and like Mustache Mountain, their shirt they sold on their own had the mustache logo on it, and then WWE just kind of co-opted that.
Yeah.
And made it their own shirts.
So do you feel the need to be updated?
No.
Me neither. Although I'm a big Roderick Strong fan, so if I had that original Undisputed Era shirt, I might then that could have been a situation. But I'm not a big fan of their logo. I think their logo's terrible.
Yeah, I'm looking at the shirt right now. It's not a great shirt. No, it's on Kyle O'Reilly right here.
It's not a great shirt.
No.
It really isn't.
No.
It's weird. They managed to make my favorite color scheme, which is black and yellow.
Not appealing.
Right, not appealing. I don't get it. They can do that, though. Like that Seth Rollins logo, whoever did that, same person did on Undisputed Era.
Oh, yeah.
It is not a good-looking logo.
No.
I like that new shirt of his, though.
Yeah, the new one's pretty good.
Anyways, patrons, we have...
You got a post show coming up, or overrun.
Oh, one last super chat there from Burning Fortress. What is the over-under on people murdered
Triple
on W?
triple digits.
In the hundreds.
Triple digits.
So far, it's surprising. I've got the first 4 episodes written, and it's surprisingly a lower number.
Free of.
I'm going for more impactful deaths.
I mean, that's really the way to go. Because if you
there's one shocking death to kick off WCW.
Wow.
There's one shocking death to kick it off.
Wow.
And then we'll see where we go from there.
Wow.
There's a poisoning, but it's not going to be a death.
Oh, okay.
That I know of.
So what's going to be a result of this poisoning?
Well, you got to tune in and find out, man.
Why?
What the heck?
Why?
Why? You sound like Alabama right now. Everything's why these days. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate it. Patrons, stay tuned. About 10-15 minutes. We've got a bonus episode for you. $5 and up. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.